What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Thinking Out Loud podcast. I am your host, Dustin Cowan, with my cousin, the golfer extraordinaire, hitting the driver today, hitting the three wood today, smoking the back shots, letting all you white boys know that black people can golf too. Justin Gonzalez. What's going on,
What up?
cuz?
What up? What up?
Shoot, man. I'm gonna tell you something straight up. I'm having the worst week of my life. No, it's not the worst week of my life. I'm having a very bad week.
Oh,
Having a very bad week. We're not gonna talk about that though. So
okay.
what did happen is I passed the test that all men have to pass. All men have to pass the test. It's universal. I'm talking about like if you went to another galaxy, to another moon, to another solar system, all men
Okay.
have to pass this one test. I went to the fertility clinic. Everything's good. Everything's good. Everything good. Number count's good. The amount of sperm is good. Everything good. Flying colors. Double what the standard is.
I had no doubt, my brother.
Nah, wasn't no doubt. Wasn't no doubt. Let me tell you something about the fertility clinic though. Soon as you look at other men in the fertility clinic, first thing they do is do this. They look at they can't look at you, bro. They can't look at you. You walk into the fertility clinic, you see another man. First thing he does, he goes, "Cause
Why is that? Why you think that is?
Because it's either him or her, and he don't know yet until he gets past
Oh,
that wall. But once you get past that wall and you come back, you like, you like, either, or you either like,
I think a lot of times it's probably her.
you know,
I don't think
um,
a lot of guys shoot blanks.
surprisingly,
I
it's
could be
it's
wrong.
it's very few things that can cause us to really go infertile. It's either genetically, like you're just born infertile, or it's like, for instance, in my situation, like I have varicose veins, which could potentially wrap around the testicular tubes that ejaculate sperm, or they could cause the testicles to get too hot, and then you won't produce sperm. Um,
Sorry.
you could also have testicular cancer, or uh, someone told me it's some STDs that can make you infertile too. So all flying
Okay.
colors
Well,
though.
all right. So, okay, I'm talking about naturally, like naturally, just you shooting blanks.
You can be genetically
Like you naturally just Ben Simmons out here. You make no
you
jump shots.
naturally fit Simmons. Oh, oh, but I mean, is your boy Embiid gonna make any more jump shots the rest of the season?
Nah, we need to trade his ass. We need to trade him. He need to go.
He's got. I'm gonna go front. I think this pod could almost be all sports. I'm not gonna front because real
He
talk, boy,
need
it's a
to
lot
go,
of
bro.
stuff to get into, bro. It's a lot of
He
stuff
gotta
to get
go.
into, bro. Doc is the All-Star East Coast head coach, bro.
You saw the thing I sent you, right? How he come out he lose his first three games and gets All Star bid already.
So he's
How
1-3. I thought he was 1-2.
is he 1-2?
Yeah,
I
he's.
thought he was
I
zero
thought
and
he's.
three.
But I don't know what happened this week. That's the only thing I don't know. I don't know if he won or lost this week.
Let's look it up. Let's see, let me look it
Yo,
up. Let me do a quick search on
I do
Doc
not.
Rivers.
Yo, man. Matter of fact, let me shut up. Let me go ahead and put Doc Rivers up on the thing because
Doc
we
Rivers, yeah,
clearly this is what we get
Doc
into.
Rivers. Um, what should I say? What should I ask for? Doc Rivers.
2023 record or 2024 record. Like, yeah,
Record.
man. He. I'm gonna tell you something. Like, I really feel like this is a big, big mishap by the NBA and a really big mishap by the
He's
Milwaukee
one and
Bucks.
four. He's 1-4, bro. So he went 0-3, and he won his last game.
Yo, what I tell you what's gonna happen with that record? It's not gonna be 500. I promise you. I told you that last week. It's
Yeah,
not
they're
gonna
gonna
be
be five. They're
500.
gonna be 500. They're too good. They're just talent alone. They're
Who
not
they
gonna be good in the
who
playoffs.
they lose to?
Who would they lose to?
No, who did they lose to?
Um, let me see. Hold on. Let me see. Bring up the actual games.
Yeah. That's the key. But Doc's going to an All Star game, bro. Like I just don't understand that.
Yeah, I don't
Like
understand that either.
it was technically 16 other coaches, or I guess 15, because they said the guy last year couldn't technically take the job. But it's 16 other coaches that could have got this job. Like 16 other coaches. So that means
Yeah.
the Milwaukee Bucks fired a guy who was going to coach the All Star, had a 40 and 13 record. No, no, excuse me. What was it? A 35 and 13 record or something like that. Like doing everything he needed to do, and
Okay.
he gets tanked.
The Milwaukee staff gets the All-Star nod because Joe Mazzulla of East leading Boston is ineligible after coaching in the game last year.
Let me ask you this
That's
much:
why.
what's wrong with
So
the
what?
Miami
Okay,
coach?
how is Doc Rivers the next best option?
Right, like
Like, not even Nick Nurse of the
yo,
Sixers. Not
New York, Miami,
what about
Indiana.
dude out in Miami? Yeah,
Yeah,
Miami guy.
it, I really think this is a big ball drop. Like at this point, I would even be okay if the NBA said, "Listen, after you know fan upheaval, rival fanfare, we're gonna switch the coach." Like I still would have a problem with that, but like for some reason, like they got this guy as the head coach of the All Star team. He's lost 3 games. Like,
all right, I got a game for you. You ready?
go ahead.
All right, this is about you. We're gonna go down the top 10 of the East, and you're gonna name these players two best players in your opinion.
Oh man, that's gonna
Okay.
be hard for me, man. That's gonna be
All
hard.
right, let's see if you can do it. Let's see if you can do it. All
I'm
right.
probably gonna be able to get one. I don't know if I'll be able to get two.
All right, let's see. Let's try. All right, we're
All
gonna
right.
start. We'll start at 10. The Atlanta Hawks. They're two best players.
Trey Young
Okay,
and
Trey.
power forward, the guy with the little blonde hair. I don't know if he's still there anymore.
No, you're talking about Collins.
No, no, I don't know.
Okay, so I would say it would be Trey Young and probably Dejounte Murray.
Okay.
They're two best players. All right, next is Chicago Bulls at 9. They're 24 and 27.
DeRozan and Zach Levine. He just got hurt though.
Nice. Okay.
But I
All
think
right.
Zach Levine's better than DeRozan. But he just went out.
All right. So that's 1 out of 10. All right. Orlando Magic.
Dog, I don't
They're
even know who
27 and
plays for Orlando Magic.
Come on, you gotta get one player. I'll give you a hint. I'll give you a hint. He's a forward, and he was drafted last year.
Don't mean nothing to me. Dog, listen, that's a C market. I'm telling you. Like, okay, like you know what? Okay, this is all right. Let's talk about it.
You're not too far from Orlando. You should know who's on our
Yo, let me
team.
tell you something about Orlando. It's Disney World in Orlando. Like, there's no beach there. Like, I think that's probably like one of the worst places to go in professional sports is Orlando. Maybe Jacksonville, I think, has water, but Orlando is a landlocked community. Like, you got to go like 45 minutes to the beach. Like, if I'm
Yeah,
going to
it's true.
Florida, anywhere but Orlando. So, no.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So it's I would say it's Paulo Banchero
Okay.
and probably ooh,
See,
the
it's getting
second one's
tough for
tough
you.
'cause I would say probably Franz Wagner.
Franz Wagner. Okay.
Yeah, the German dude. They good player. All right, next we got Miami Heat, 28 and 24 this season so far. Number 7 seed. We got two best players.
It's
That
in
should be an
Miami.
easy one. Yep.
Bam and Jimmy. Or
Bam and Jimmy.
I guess you could say Tyler Hero. That might be the top three.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. All right. Then we got the Pacers.
Halliburton and
Halliburton.
another C-list market. Like I'm not gonna front. I
So
never
they just recently got a All-Star added to their lineup from Toronto.
Drake. No, just playing. I don't
We
know.
got Pascal Siakam.
I've heard his name before. I didn't realize he's on that team. But yeah,
All right, very easy one. We talk about this team all the time. The 76ers, 30 and 20 at the moment.
Maxi and what's the power forward's name? Um, God, I it's blanking on me.
MVP last year.
No, 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 no. Who's the power forward?
Oh, power forward, Tobias Harris.
Tobias Harris. Because MB
Okay.
don't play no more. So therefore, he's not your best players anymore. He's not in the top two.
All right, next we have the New York Knicks. This is gonna be a tough one because there's gonna be a couple guys, but
So
go ahead.
Jalen Brunson
Brunson's a unanimous. All right.
and then it would have been Randall. Um, I'm missing his last name. Um, I can't think of his last name. But
There's
he just went
Julius
out. He's
Randle.
hurt.
You can use him. Who man? Who else they got over there?
They got a
Uh,
squad.
Aguanobi. What's his name? I can't pronounce his last name. They just traded for him. He's a good player. But I would probably say it's Brunson and Julius Randle, to
Julius
be
Randle.
honest.
That's it. Julius. Yeah.
Yeah, Ananobi.
Yeah. If he
OG,
wasn't hurt,
OG.
Julius Randle would be for sure in for their second best player. But Brunson for
Oh,
sure is their first.
they just got Bojan Bogdanovic.
Yo, when's the trade
Wow.
deadline? It was the 2nd of February, right?
So wait, we're gonna get into that next. We'll jump into trades in a second. We got a couple more teams. All right, next you got Milwaukee. That's an easy one.
Dame and Giannis, but not in that order. Clearly, it's
All
Giannis
right,
first.
all right. And then you got the Cleveland Cavaliers. We were just talking about them, right? They're number
Uh,
two in the East. Let's go.
this I'm telling you, man. Listen, every day that we play basketball, like this week, next week, it just proves my point about the Milwaukee Bucks. The Bucks were second before Doc Rivers, right? Second. So now,
On
if
a
somebody
two-game
passes
losing
you, that makes
streak.
you third. But then the New York Knicks passed them, so that makes them fifth.
No, no, no. They're third right now. They're third.
Okay, they're third. I thought the New York Knicks were third.
They're tied with the New York Knicks.
Listen, if they're tied with the Knicks, that makes them fourth.
Well, no, because they have a better home record and a bit better division record.
I bet you the Milwaukee Bucks could beat the Knicks right now if they played 1-on-1.
Maybe,
I don't think so. I mean, not 1-on-1, but they played each other right now. Okay,
maybe.
so
Cleveland Cavaliers. Who you got?
Donovan Mitchell
Yo,
and what's one man that likes to sleep on uh, Chloe, sleep around on Chloe.
hmm?
Chloe Kardashian. What's her boyfriend on the team's name?
Tristan Thompson?
Yeah, I'm going
No,
Tristan. Old school, old school
no,
best.
no, 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 no.
That's the only person I know from the Cleveland Cavaliers, bro.
They got Darius Garland.
Listen, that's a C market, bro. It's a
They
C
got
market.
Jared. They don't got C market players though. They got Jared Allen.
Let me ask you this much: next
They
time you
got
want
Evan
to
Mobley.
next time you want to go on vacation, okay? You go to Cleveland, okay? I will give you the whole $500 it takes for you to get there, have a good time, and come back, okay? And you still don't even want to go. Nobody
I'd
want to go
go.
to Cleveland.
I'd
Shout
go.
out to
And then,
Ohio.
and then, and
No
then
love lost.
Boston. Who's the best two on Boston?
Gotta be Jalen Brown and Tatum. I think Tatum's first.
Okay. All right. I don't disagree with that.
Yeah,
And they're number one in the East at 39 and 12.
and they're
All
gonna
right.
probably win the East, honestly, because the East is looking crazy right now. And it's honestly, I'm gonna tell you straight up, the East looks hurt. The East looks hurt. Like, I mean, everybody up except for Boston has really had traumatic injury. I don't know that Jalen Brown or that Tatum's been really hurt this year, but like for instance, look at the rest of the teams except Cleveland. Like, you got New York hurt. You got Milwaukee. I don't know if they had so much injury problem. The center, the guy they trade for, he was hurt prior. Um, Sixers hurt. Indiana Pacers hurt. Um, I mean, I would say Miami's necessarily hurt, but like for instance, Tyler Hero, he's touchy. Um, there's probably like one more there, but no, I totally agree with what you said about the Sixers. Trade Embiid and work off Maxi. Maxi's your star. Get rid of Embiid. He's not that he's a bad player. I'm not that he's a bad player, but I can't have hopes of going to the playoffs and then it just end in the second third of the season. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
Mhm.
yeah. I'm not happy with Embiid being hurt or getting hurt. What you got next for the West, man?
For the West,
Yeah,
all right.
you in a good mood, bro. I can
We're
see it,
doing
man.
it. I had a good day, bro.
I'm happy for you, man. I'm happy for you.
All right. Wait. First of all, hold on. I'm looking at these trades and I'm like, I'm a little heartbroken right now.
What happened?
They let some players go that I didn't think they were gonna let go, and they let them go. And
Talking about the 76ers?
yeah, but wow, a
Who
lot happened.
who they let go?
All right, I'm gonna go
First off, who they get? How about that?
who they get.
Yeah.
So it's not in order. It's kind of in order by how like what trades went down throughout the day. So you want me to read it like that?
Yeah, sure.
Like,
Why not?
all
Yeah.
right. So rapid fire. All right. So we'll start from the top. Starting off the trade.
Was the day the last day?
Today was the last day.
Oh, okay. All right. 2-8. I thought it
All
was,
right.
for some reason, I thought it was
Warrior.
2-2.
Yep. The Pacers and the Warriors started off the trade in the last day of trading day. The Warriors gave up Corey Joseph for a second round pick and cash considerations.
That means they probably do something next year to get Curry right. They gonna get rid of Clay and
Um,
Draymond in the offseason, I think. Or I think Draymond's retiring this year.
maybe.
I think he's done after this year. I don't think he wants to come back. I think he has a space in media, and I think that he's probably like one of the best people to actually talk about current basketball, personally.
And then the Celtics and the Sixers traded. I'm sad to see Jaden Springer now goes to the enemy. I thought he had some talent. I thought he had some potential.
Hmm.
Young guy, very good defender. He is now a Celtic, and the Sixers received a second round pick. So every time
Interesting.
he's traded with the Celtics, it's never been good.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Case
Y'all
in
wanted a
point.
second round pick.
Second round pick. Not sure what we're gonna do with that, but it looks like it's a move for down the line according to this. Okay, well we'll get to that. Then the Celtics and the Blazers had a trade, a second round pick for Delano Banton. Not
Who
quite.
picked up Delano Branson? The Celtics got him, or did
The Blazers got Delano. Yup, and the Celtics got a second round pick.
I think it's definitely the Celtics' year to come out the East this year. I'm gonna be honest with you.
It could be. It's been their year the last four
Well,
years, honestly.
I think the Celtics have been the best team in the East, regardless
I
of
mean,
what the
they
finals
can get
has.
they can get one of the 5 years. They've been the best team. They can get 1 year. I hope.
Yeah, I'm not gonna front like the last the 20s, like 20 to 24 right now. I think the Celtics have been possibly the best team 3 years straight, and it's probably the last three.
And I'm going to make it clear for the audience. I do not like Boston.
I ain't lose nothing to Boston. I have no love for Boston Sox, for the for New England Patriots, or either for the Celtics. Like I have nothing. I want to go visit Boston though. I don't know why. I just kind of do. Somebody said it was
Keep
pretty.
all of New England. I'm good on it. Next, next, we have the Kings. They receive Robin Lopez from the Bucks, and the Bucks receive cash considerations.
Hold on,
Yep.
Robin Lopez. Is that one of the
Robin
Lopez
Lopez.
brothers?
Yep.
That's the
Yep.
younger brother, right?
Yeah, the one with the crazy hair.
That's interesting. I wonder if they're trying to get big because they're gonna have to go a little bigger going into
They
the
need
playoffs.
rebounding. They
Yeah, they're
need
gonna have to go a little
rebounding.
bigger. Yeah. Okay.
They need rebounding when Sabonis comes off the floor.
I'm surprised the Bucks let that go.
I'm not. There's no room for him to play.
Yeah, I guess they had to make some more money for Giannis's brothers. They getting a raise.
Yeah, he doesn't shoot the ball like his twin.
Okay.
And then next we have the Pacers and the Spurs. The Pacers receive Dougie McDermott, Doug McBuckets. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And the Spurs get Marcus Morris and the 2029 second round pick from the Clippers.
Okay.
So Pacers are gearing up. They're getting a bunch of shooting wings that can shoot the rock. That's
They're,
Pacers are going to be dangerous. Mark my words. The Pacers are going to be a hard out in the playoffs.
the Pacers are looking like they're gonna be the first team to the like 170.
The Pacers are going to be the team that can beat Boston. They're going to be the way they're building their team. They're getting a bunch of ball handlers and shooters on the wings. They're playing so they can match up against Boston.
You know what's interesting to me about Boston is the way you beat Boston is getting to a 3 point contest. Like
Yep,
if Boston gets cold in the three ball, usually got them. Like I think the games they've lost are they're jacking more than like 45 threes. Like if they shoot 45 threes and they're off, rough night. But if they're 45 threes and they're on, but they said they
we're gonna
lost
beat
the
them.
game shooting 63s. Let me tell you something. That's poor coaching, in my opinion. Like, I'm sorry. Like, the first thing you do, I mean, this is just fundamentals, like from, I guess, high school. If somebody's off from their jump shot, like, I mean, they normally hit it. What do you tell them to do? Go to the hole, work backwards. That's the way you get your shot back. I'm sorry. Like, you just work backwards. You go shoot a layup, shoot another layup, come shoot a short jump shot, get into the paint, get out of the paint. Slowly, your shot comes back because you have to reset that mindset in the game. Now, you might be lights out in practice or warm up, but in the game, you have to reset that shot. And like, I don't know, you know who's funny who does it? Like, I think that has a very keen ability of it is Steph Curry. I see him reset his shot all the time. Like, I see him jack up two or three threes in the first quarter. He might not shoot a three until the third or fourth quarter because and then those are the nights he has like I don't know 7, 8, or 10. I don't know because he just gets rolling because his shot he resets his shot very, very religiously, and it's one of his probably one of his bigger strengths that for some reason superstars just feel like they don't have to do that.
Correct. And next, we got another trade: the Bucks and the Sixers. Pat Bev is no longer a 76er. He is now on the Bucks, and we receive Cameron Payne, the lefty, and a 2027 second round pick. So that breaks my heart. I loved Pat Bev on the Sixers. I know you weren't too much of a fan,
No,
but
you know I saw the game when Embiid and Maxi sat out, and I thought Pat Bev was doing his thing. Like I don't know what that trade doesn't make sense to me at all.
so basically, they got a younger guard that can score a little bit better, and can run the floor a little bit better. And we also got a second round pick. We're gonna lose some
Defense,
defense. We're gonna lose
defense,
defense,
in a,
but
in a in a court general, honestly.
we're getting a guy that can we're getting well, no, Cameron Payne is a floor general too and
Okay.
a better shooter. So
Payne was
he's
wasn't
gonna
he
give you
at
more
the
offense.
wasn't he at the Suns for a while?
Yo,
Okay.
he's a solid backup
Yeah,
point
he's
guard.
nice.
Sixers need him. Yeah.
Yeah, he's nice.
Then we got the Suns. We got a three-team trade. We got the Suns, Grizzlies, and Nets, and all in a trade. So the Suns receive Royce O'Neal from the Nets,
Okay.
and they receive David Roddy, I believe a second and third year player from the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies get a future pick swap, and they get a Yuta Wantabi from the Suns.
And they
And then
threw
the
in Ben
Nets
Simmons.
say what?
And they threw in Ben Simmons from the Nets. It was like, just take them. I don't care how much it costs. Just take
Too
them.
much money, too much money. You get to give up a superstar. The Nets receive three future second round picks and salaries to be determined. So it looks like they're just gonna accumulate salaries and dump them.
Yeah.
Then we got the Mavs and Hornets. PJ Washington goes to the Mavs. The Hornets receive Grant Williams, Seth Curry, and a 2027 first round pick.
Seth Curry is now a Charlotte Hornet.
Yep. It's a
His
shame
career
because he can actually play. He can shoot.
his career is over.
He can shoot for real. He'll get traded again. He'll get picked up. He'll get picked up. He's too good of a shooter.
I, you
Someone's
know,
gonna pick him up.
interested. I wonder. I wonder if he wanted to play with his brother. Like, I wonder if like he'd
He
want to go to
did. He
Golden State.
did. He did earlier in his career.
He was on Golden State.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, he was on Golden State for a little bit.
Maybe it didn't work out.
That's when the Warriors in their prime and they didn't have a need for another guard like him,
They got a
like
need for him
another.
now.
Yeah, they probably could use him now, but he's not great on defense. The next is the Nets. The Nets receive Dennis Schroeder and Thaddeus Young, and the Raptors get Spencer Dinwiddie. Wow, I feel like the Nets kind of won that trade.
The Nets received Spencer Dinwiddie.
No, the Nets traded Spencer Dinwiddie for Dennis Schroeder and Thaddeus Young. I mean, Thad Young's like a million years old, but
I think that
Dennis,
I think
Dennis
the
Schroeder's
Nets
nice.
really need to get somebody in there to like just like kind of recruit. I think they need to kind of do the Sacramento Kings deal. They really need to get behind a rookie, a prominent rookie that they can actually get some talent behind and kind of do like kind of like what Sacramento did. Like I feel like that would be kind of a breath of fresh air in the East. I don't feel like anybody's done it in the East for a while. Like there's no top 8 team that you're like, oh, they built it up off the rookie and kind of like, you know, kind of like Sacramento. I feel like they had a bunch of young players and they kind of stuck with them, and then all of a sudden they had some magic.
And then the Knicks huge trade with the Pistons. Okay, the Knicks get Alec Burks back, and they get Bojan Bogdanovic, huge pickup. So the Knicks are going to be a really, really, really solid, well-rounded team. Look out for the Knicks. And the Pistons are going to get Evan Fournier, Malik, Malik Chai Flynn, Quentin Grimes, Ryan Archie Dinakino, I think that's how
Mm-hmm.
you say it,
Yeah,
two future second round picks and cash considerations. So
and
the
and
Pistons
and, and a
unloaded.
free
Hmm.
dinner if you guys can win 3 games in a row.
Yeah.
Because you know the coach is saying, "Listen, I'll give you a free dinner if we can get 3 games strung together." Man, you know what the sad thing is it's like wasn't that the coach at the Pistons? Wasn't that the coach at the Suns that took him to the championship? They did him wrong, bro. That's like the worst market to go to. Like,
Well, Kevin Durant came there and then there was disagreement, so they decided to have a fresh start, and now
and what
the NBA is ran by superstars, man.
I'm
You
telling
know
you,
this.
what the Suns are doing, you got. I don't think that these players really realize how important it is. Maybe you don't need to be managed, but it's 15 other people on the team that possibly need to be managed. Like it's more than likely it's about 12 other people on the team that need to be managed. You probably got
Mhm.
three that are probably either one's going to do exactly what the coach says, two are superstars, and the other 12 that are floating around there, they have to use their strengths and weaknesses. I need to see what you're good in practice. I need to see what you're doing in a game. Like I need to see if I can rotate you with the superstar and see what chemistry I got. And I feel like Milwaukee Bucks dropped the ball on that. I think the Suns dropped the ball on that, and I think the Celtics dropped the ball. I think that's the biggest ball drop. The reason the Celtics haven't won was because the guy who took you to the one should have took it to the one next year. And Doko had that next year. Like he would have beat. I think he would have beat the I think he'd have beat the Nuggets. I think he was out coaching them. I think Ndoku was actually out coaching most people that year he went to the finals. He just got beat in the finals.
Oh yeah, I mean, they lost to the Warriors, right?
I mean, it was lights out Warriors though.
They lost to Steph Curry MVP final MVP
Right,
finals finals MVP Steph Curry.
right,
So
right, 100%.
you know what I mean, that's like God mode right there. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's tough
You
to
know,
beat that little light skinned boy.
it's
That
hard.
dude, that listen, he's one of the light skinned greats.
It's hard.
We love
All
you.
right, the Wizards, the sorry Wizards make a trade to the Mavs. The Mavs will get Daniel Gafford, and the Wizards will get Rashawn Holmes and a 2024 first round picks from the Thunder. All
This,
right,
the
the
sad thing
Thunder.
about the Wizards is like you have two superstars there that should be better than they're playing.
Who's
Like
that? Who's the superstar?
Poole and what's the guy who won what's the guy who won with LeBron?
Kyle
Um,
Kuzma.
Kuzma should be better than he is, and Poole should be better than he is. You're right; they're not superstars, but they should be superstars in the Wizards.
I'll say this about them. I don't know if they're superstars because neither one's been to an All Star game yet.
Poole was on his way at Golden State.
I think we're seeing the effects of immaturity, and these guys thought they were the man, but you're not the man until you are the man. It's real easy to put up a bunch of shots when you got Steph Curry, Klay Thompson.
Well, like
Oh,
nobody's guarding you. Like nobody's really guarding you until you get away and people are like, "Oh yeah, I remember you used to make shots. I'm gonna
now
hold you
he's
to
seeing
17, 26. You know, I'm not gonna let you get them 30-point games anymore." I think,
and now he's seeing the best defender every night.
but I
You see
think,
what I'm saying?
I think he could have played through it if he'd have learned anything at the Warriors. Like I don't think he. I think Kuzma could play through it if he learned anything at the Lakers. Like, and I think that's the biggest problem. Like the reason those both of those guys got traded, not that the fight wasn't a big deal with Draymond and them, but like I think that LeBron and Steph Curry said they ain't it. Like they don't have it. Like they're good, but they're not gonna be great. And I think that might have been what it is. Like they're just not great. Like I mean, it's nothing. It's no reason why the Wizards shouldn't be somewhere in like I don't know higher than 12, flirting with 10. I mean they're almost as bad as Detroit, right?
Yeah, they're down there.
Yeah, they're not that good. Detroit's the
They're
worst, but
down
like
there. Yeah, they're pretty bad.
yeah, they're pretty bad.
And the next team we got Thunder and Hornets. The Thunder will receive a Gordon Hayward. I think that's huge. And then the Hornets get uh me I can't pronounce his name. Mic.
Okay,
That guy, I don't know.
is that
They
a
got Trey Man, you
is
got Davis, Bertans, and the draft compensation.
is that guy that they got one of the starting five that just scored 20 points? All five of them scored 20 points in the same
No,
game. Okay,
no.
good because I just don't want the Thunder to mess up that chemistry. They got really good chemistry right now. Excuse me. They got really good flow. Like I like what I'm seeing out of them. It's interesting that it's so interesting that you see markets are in the like top eight and like I mean I think this is the first time where there might be an even amount of markets that aren't like the teams we know to be there, and like all of a sudden these come up teams like they've been there once or twice before, but it's usually like one or two of them. Now it's like a lot of them, and I just think that's really interesting. I think it's good.
And then the next team got another Sixers trade. Got the Pistons and Sixers here. Daniel House Jr. is now a Piston. 2024 second pick and cash considerations go to the Pistons. The Sixers get a 2028 second round pick.
Okay.
Then we got the Raptors and the Jazz. We're almost done here. The Raptors will get Kelly Olynyk and Ochia Ag Agbahi, I think.
Okay.
Some of these last names is crazy. And
Good
then
job.
the Jazz will get Otto Porter Jr., Kira Lewis Jr., and a 2024 first round pick.
Okay.
So they gave up Jazz gave up some real estate there. Wow. Okay. So the Sixers make a big trade with the Pacers. Sixers will get Buddy Healed.
Okay.
In return for the Pacers will get Forcon Korkmaz, Marcus Morris, and three future round first picks. Or
Oh,
I'm sorry, three future round second picks.
okay.
So big trade there.
People get rid of these second picks. They not. They kind of. I wonder if like NIL or projections if there's anything to do with that. Like like oh this kid's buzzing. Like how like rap has gone to like more of a buzz and versus the
Mhm.
talent. I wonder if NBA and NFL are going to start going to more of a buzz versus the talent. Like this guy was the
Mm,
man in high school, was the man in college, was getting NIL money, had these big deals. He's a big name. He might not be that talented, but and I mean, clearly these guys are talented. I'm not taking anything away from them, but like, I wonder if like the buzzes are starting to like swing those draft picks to where like we can get somebody that's got some, we can bring some fandom here. Like we can bring a following here. I wonder if that's going to start being a part of like
I
sports.
think the second yeah, I think the second round to answer your question, I think the second round picks now have a lot more weight just because the NBA is more of an international game now.
Okay.
So you got guys from like you can find a Luka Doncic, you can find these guys, potentially early second round. You can get some of these European players or some of
Yeah.
these D because now you got D League, college, right, and then you got Euroball.
Yeah.
Okay, those are three huge markets that a lot of college players are opting to go to right early. So you can go
Right.
as early as I think it's like 16 years old
You don't
and
have
go
to
play
go to
football.
college. You go to Australia League. That's where
Yeah,
Lamelo
Melo
went.
Melo
Yeah.
did that. Melo
Yep.
went and played overseas.
I'm not gonna front. That's what I would do. Like if I knew my track career was going to be like what it was in college, I'd have went anywhere else but college
And
to go
ran
run
for a
track.
different country, right?
I'd have ran anywhere. I wouldn't have cared. Like I would have just enjoyed running. Like just running. Like if running would have been my job, and I'd have had like a side thing, and I could have got better. Like I had a coach who's like, listen, we can get you faster. You got the size. You got the build. We can make you stronger. We can get you to where you need to be, to where you can actually compete maybe on a professional or like a, you know, get or audition for an Olympic team. I'd be like, yeah, like, and I don't have to go to class. Yeah, yeah. I'd have done that
Let's
in a
do it.
heartbeat. Yeah, I'd have done it
Do
in a
it.
heartbeat. I think if your 16-year-old can go make, I don't know, $80,000 a year versus going to college, it's going to cost you $80,000 a year. Like, you do the math.
So next we have the Timberwolves and the Pistons. Man, the Pistons, the Pacers been really active, and the Celtics and the Sixers
The,
very active
the
this trade
Pistons have
deadline.
no choice. They are in dead last. They are an awful team. Nobody wants to go see them play. Nobody wants to. I mean, we only talk about them because they're the worst, right? We're not talking about them because they're the best and they're doing anything. We're talking about because they're bad. Also, I think that coach is trying to get something in play. He thinks he can grab maybe some players he knows or has followed, or and try to get something going. Maybe.
Hmm. So the Timberwolves will get Monte Morris, and the Pistons will receive Troy Brown Jr., Shake Milton, and 2030 second round pick. Then we got the Celtics and the Grizzlies. We got the Celtics will get Xavier Tillman. Not quite sure who that is, but the Grizzlies will get Lamar Stevens, a 2027 second round pick, and a 2030 second round pick. Then we have the Jazz and the Pistons. The Pistons will get Simone Fonticchio, I
Hmm.
think. And the Jazz will get Kevin Knox in a 2024 second round pick and Gabriel Procida.
Okay.
And I think that was it. So the big splash for the Sixers was getting Buddy Healed. Let me see. Let's see what the top stories are. Um,
Do you think that any of this trading did anything for the positioning of playoffs? Like, do you think anybody's going to go on? Well, we're like almost at 60 games. So is anybody going to go on like another 10 or 7 game run between the last 20, 25 games we got left of basketball?
I think the Thunder getting Gordon Hayward, as long as he stays healthy, could be huge.
Do you think they're going to try to move to first place with based off that?
I don't think first place, but I think it makes him a better playoff team.
Okay.
Um, who else in here had a good trade?
Like, okay. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, okay, if the playoffs is locked right now, like everybody stays in the exact same spot they are, these trades were extending the postseason. These trades aren't improving the regular season. Is what you're trying to say?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. I like the Sixers. Yeah, they got better in their backcourt, but their front court, they still need rebounding. To me, the Sixers just added a little bit of shooting. They added another gun, so now they got Maxi, they
Yeah.
got Healed,
Yeah.
but to me, and they traded away a lot of like size and defense. So it's just going to be interesting to see how they who's going to be rebounding for them. I was hoping they go get a rebounder, but they ain't get no one that can rebound the ball. So it's going to be interesting for them. The Bucks got better
I think
to
I
me.
think I think the Bucks trade was the worst trade. I think getting Pat Bev and that drama they already got going on with Doc, and maybe Doc wanted Pat Bev because I didn't Doc coach Pat Bev at one point. I mean, it's a strong
Yeah,
possibility.
yeah, I think they're going to shore up that they're trying to shore up that locker room. So they're going to bring Pat Bev there, and it's going to make them playoff tough. Like you're going to need a guy like that to make you playoff tough, to make those intangible plays. So to me, I thought it was a good move.
I don't
The
think it is
Pacers,
because this is
hmm?
okay. Pat Bev brings a lot of drama. Not to mention they're already in a lot
I
of
don't think
drama.
so. I don't think he's ever been part of a toxic locker room though.
No, I'm not gonna say he's toxic locker room, but I mean like he's very vocal. Like Pat
Yeah,
Bev is very vocal, and that sometimes like
but
can be misconstrued as drama or negative,
but
right? So like if you too outspoken, like you're
no, I
not. you're not necessarily promoting the message we want, or you are promoting the message we want. So we have to see. But I think he was. I thought he had a home in the Sixers. I'm really surprised y'all traded him. I
Yeah,
liked him there.
I'm shocked they traded him, but it is what it is.
It is what it
It's
is.
business. Yeah. Other than that, I don't think there was any real like maybe the Knicks getting Bojan Bogdanovic and Alec Burks. I
Okay.
think that's a solid trade they just got there. Like they just got rid of a whole bunch of expiring contracts, and they got two really really solid players. Like they're gonna be deep. So to me, the Knicks, Oklahoma City.
That's about it.
I don't think the Sixers got better or worse.
Okay.
I think they kind of remain the same.
The question is, did they get cheaper? If they got cheaper, that might be good because then they might
Not
be.
really. Not. I think they got more expensive actually,
That ain't good.
but I
Well,
think they did it knowing that. Let me see. I don't know what bit Buddy Hield's contract. Hold on.
no.
It all depends on his contract. Hold on. Buddy Hield.
We are 40 minutes into sports, bro. It's been one of them weeks.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay, so Buddy Hield agreed to sign a 4-year, $90 million contract.
So yeah, he got more expensive.
So we traded Marcus Morris, Forcon, and 3 second round picks. So it was like Marcus Morris, Forcon, and think of it like a draft, like a first round pick essentially. That's kind of like what we gave up.
Gotcha.
That's why we were trading away all the second round picks. So we traded off Jaden Springer. No, we traded off more than that. So Jaden Springer, Pat Bev, Marcus Morris, and Forcon Korkmaz, and a whole bunch of picks for just Buddy Hield. You didn't get any defense, and we got Cameron Payne back, so we got two guards back. I To me that we should have probably kept on either Jaden Springer or Pat Bev like defense.
Yeah.
To me,
Yeah.
I don't think it makes you that much better.
Man, listen, we gotta talk about one more thing. I know we've been killing sports, and you have the
Yeah,
other
go
half of
ahead.
the questions to ask me. But yo, man, what do you think about Killer Mike getting arrested after winning three Grammys in all rap categories? They call it the sweep. He had best album, maybe best song, and maybe best lyric, and then like I don't know what the titles are, but he swept. But then he ends up getting arrested for allegedly pushing or physically assaulting a female security guard. Like, what was your thoughts on that? Did you hear about that?
I did not hear about
Okay,
this.
so I'll give backstory. So Mike Epps' um, album, Michael or Mike, I can't remember the name of the album. Best album. He said he put his own money behind it, put all his into it. He said the best album, best artist album he's ever put down. Right. He goes to the Grammy. He sweeps. He wins everything. The rap category is not televised, which I think is sad. Apparently, his people get mixed up. They're supposed to be going somewhere, and then he sits down, wins the awards, leaves the Grammy after sweeping the rap category in cuffs for alleged assault on a female security guard at the Grammys.
Was she white?
I have no idea. Didn't look into her. You might be able to look her up, see what she looks like. But I just want to say straight up that I think that the Grammy, um, that was a distasteful move. Like I think you can arrest him the next day. I think you can. I think you can detain him the next day. I don't think you have to that has to happen immediately. Like he's going to be in L.A. for the duration of the Grammy weekend, right? So you can either run charges on him, go to his lawyer, hit him with hurts in the pockets. I mean, she could have had a lawsuit, whatever not. But to get him arrested at the award ceremony where he wins it is I think it just was very distasteful, and I think it was bad. Another thing too is I wrote this down about it, and let me see. I wrote this down. I think this kind of explains like kind of like where I was with it. It was like they have to make yeah, they got to make you look crazy before people take you serious. And it's kind of like he's been an activist, he's been a messenger. Like I don't know if you saw his Netflix special where he's like did all type of stuff, Crip Cola, um, Blood Cola, whatever it was, and where he got his own extradition land and like let everybody like live there that was kind of in a group. And he's
Yeah, I
done
seen
some
it. It's a good.
yeah,
It's a really
it's
good
it's a really
show.
good
It's a really good
special.
show.
But he's been speaking out and speaking very vocally about black activism and just different stuff like that. I wouldn't be surprised if like eventually he goes on to the political side. I think he's somebody we could definitely get behind. But I think this was definitely like a smear campaign, a smudge on his record to be like, listen, you can't take this black man anywhere because he's gonna get arrested wherever he goes. And I don't think his persona is that like his personality or anything is that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no. So Killer Mike's independent, right?
He's independent on this album. Yes, this is his independent album. Yeah,
So an independent artist comes out and sweeps it. He probably pissed some people off, man, and they pull this out.
yeah,
So
yeah. So
you
you
know,
think it could have been more of like a jealous thing?
absolutely.
Yeah, I can see that.
We ain't heard no drama about Killer Mike. You know what I mean?
Never, nothing negative. That's why like to see him get arrested was like kind of like, okay, what are we doing here? Like, and that's why I said like I think they got to make him look crazy before people take him serious. But like I think it's just one of those things like oh well he got arrested at the Grammys, he ain't too well tight, and I just didn't like that one. But I just had to bring light to that one. Um,
So wait, let's talk. Wait. We're on the topic of music. Let's talk about the album, bro.
bro, I did not listen to the album. I did not listen to the album. I text you that. I didn't get that text back until today. I was like, yo, man. I was like, my bad. So we have to talk about the album next week.
Well, then you gotta listen to that and the Chop and Screwed one as well. You gotta listen to the Chop and Screwed.
The Chop and Screw Bird Fires. Okay. All
You
right, I
gotta listen to
got you.
both. You gotta listen to both because I listen to
Man,
both.
when I tell you it's been a hard week, man, I'll tell you it's been a terrible week. We ain't talking about it right now. We ain't talking about it
Okay.
right now, man.
All right.
Oh man. Yeah, it's been a rough week. Um yeah, talk about Chili Comic. Let's see. What you
Yeah, I
got?
heard in your tone. I heard in your voice the other day. I was like, ooh.
Yeah, I couldn't talk, bro. I couldn't talk. I wanted to hit you back up today, but I was so busy today. Like I had to put in I probably had to put in like about a 13-hour day today.
Wow.
Yeah, something crazy. Yeah, I was up. Yeah, I was getting to it today. Oh man, so I got kind of a story, and I think this is just resonating, man. Listen, man, this is a public service announcement. Okay, when I pick you up in Uber and you an old man, and you want to tell me how you used to have it all and you made it and you was the man, but I drop you off at your 9 to 5 and you're 60 plus years old, you clearly weren't the man. Like you didn't make it. Okay, you didn't make it. Like shut up. You didn't do it. Like you lost it all. Like I don't know
He
what
was
happened to you,
captain.
but you
He was
not it no
captain.
more. Yeah, you cap. You cap. You weren't. You didn't have no cars. And you had no chicks. You have nothing. You have nothing. You have a bunch of kids, and you still got to pay off that child support because they going to school now. That's what happened to you. Like no, man. I'm sick. Look, I got these old single men telling me they done it all and still working at a 9 to 5 past 60 years old. You didn't do it all. You didn't retire. Okay, you didn't save anything. You didn't think about your future, and you didn't do it all. Like, stop it. Stop. I hate that. Man, back in my day, bro, I used to, you know what I'm saying? Cap.
Young man, you don't know what pimping is.
And then they want to tell you the directions to get to somewhere like GPS can't get you there faster. Like, I know 3 right turns that'll take you on the street that way, but all of them got red lights. Like, shut up, bro. Like, shut up. Just get in the car and ride.
Just get
God,
in the
bro.
car and ride.
Yeah,
I'm
man, for
done.
real. Like,
You
they
seem like the mad Uber driver. You the mad Uber driver?
You know what? Like honestly, this week was pretty rough there too. Like between the bo and some stinking old people and some stinking people, and it was just rough. It was a rough week, man. I'm trying to tell you, it was a rough week. Oh man, I had a conspiracy theory.
I'm listening.
Okay, you remember how the membership started at the grocery stores? Like you give them the phone, address, whatever not, and like you get the little card and you get like a discount on like canned goods or something that they're selling. Like you might get a buy one get one because you had like the little card, the membership, like the VIP cards or the we had a buy low bonus card. Like we had all those back when I was growing up, right? You notice how like all those memberships have turned into like gas station. Like everybody's got a membership card. So my conspiracy theory is this where like our data stealing is getting come from? Like all these calls like from health insurance, like death insurance, like you know what I'm saying? Like is that where it came from? Is like the memberships? Like the gas station, the grocery store memberships? Because like I'm not gonna front. I'm about to turn 41 this month. So congrats to me. But they're offering me life insurance and funeral insurance now. Dude, they call me Mr. Cowan. When your casket's ready and da da da, it can cost you up to. I'm like, I don't care. It's like I'm 40. I don't care. Like, get off my
Bro,
phone.
you might as well just add internet insurance to that package. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, man. Yeah, man.
Actually, I was just talking to my advisor yesterday, so I'm about to get myself some packages and get set up for retirement, I guess,
I think if
and
you are
buy
a
insurance policies to
W,
protect my assets.
yeah, if you're a W-2 worker, I agree with you. 1099, I need all my money, bro. I need all my money. I will pay you back at the end of the year. I need all my money. Can't do it. Can't do it.
Can't do it.
Nah. I think 1099 workers should marry somebody who has a W-2. I don't think you should be two 1099 workers. It's just not gonna work out. Like I just don't. Not at first. Like maybe eventually it will be, but nah. Nah.
So, what was I gonna ask? I got a question for you. As a fellow track runner,
Okay.
out of all the events you ran at, which event was your favorite and why? Which stadium, which track?
Oh, that's easy. Life College in Atlanta, 400 meters, oval shaped rubberized track. It probably was the most advanced track I ran on. Like so, for instance, that had been I think that might have been like the 90s, like 90, 95, maybe 97, somewhere between there.
Use a young pup.
Yeah, it had been like between 12 and 14. And so Life College had an oval shaped track that was rubberized carpet. And like, it bounced, it sprung. I ran my fastest time on that track at the time. I want to say, I don't know if I placed or not, but I had a really good time on that track. Saw Evander Holyfield, his kids were down there running track. It was a
I
good vibe.
remember. Was
Yeah,
I there for that?
you might have been there for that one. You might have been there for that one.
That was Golden Strip, right?
Yeah, Golden Strip. That was Golden Strip. Yeah, yeah,
I
man.
was there for that.
Yeah, I had a good time
Evander
at that
He had
track.
like 25 kids. Like the whole track team was his.
Yeah, it was a bunch of kids. It was a bunch of kids, but they had the newest stuff. They had some dope. I saw them when they got the new jerseys. They got the new one piece, the
Remember
onesies.
that?
It was
I
nice.
remember that.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, that was
So my favorite, definitely Penn relays, 4x1,
okay.
and I ran the third leg.
Okay, how'd you do?
We were winning until the last dude he dropped the baton. He dropped it. We would have won, and we had Jamaicans in our heat, and we would have broke our school record by like 5 seconds. We
Yo,
would we
bro,
would have smashed it.
you can't say you had the Jamaicans in your heat. You Jamaican.
I didn't lose it. That's all I gotta
Oh,
say.
okay, there you go.
You
There
gotta
you
go.
go.
Woo, woo, woo. Take it, take it.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
dropped it, man. I'll never forget. He dropped it. It was so sad.
yeah.
It was so sad. We was gonna smash our school record, man. Smash it.
What did he say? It slipped.
Honestly, I never got an explanation from him.
He didn't want to talk about it.
We were just quiet. We were just quiet. There was nothing to talk about. We knew what happened,
Yeah, I feel you.
and we had the fastest kid in the country on our team as well. Like I was lucky enough to run with Reggie Carter.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
he was running sub. he was running like below 10.5 and 100, bro. Like,
Okay. Okay. So he was about to be on his way.
oh, he went to Morgan State.
Okay. All right. That's what's up.
And then I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. I don't know what
Hey
happened after
man,
that.
pressure breaks pipes. You get up there, you
It,
get stuck. Track
Dustin,
is
I
one of
think
those things.
literally,
Like
if
I will say this, like you have to be really gifted at track to actually like to do something later on. Like I feel like basketball, football, maybe even baseball, like you have a little more leverage. Like you can still be the man even if you're not the man in those sports. Like you could have a perfection at craft. Like you could be really good at defense and then, you know, average 20, you could probably get to the league. You know, you could make a bunch of catches and then people be like, "Oh, he's got hands," and then get to the league. Like track though, it's all that clock. If you don't have it ain't here, that ain't
I
it.
know you didn't get to see me run in my prime, like, but I wish you would have. If I would have took it serious, because I only ran what a half a season, so my legs, my thighs didn't develop,
Okay.
for the 100 meters. The way, like I was really good out of the blocks, like that first 60 meters.
Yeah.
Forget about it. Ain't nobody running with me. But after that, like maintaining it, I didn't have the strength to hold the speed
I'm
all
gonna
the way through.
I'm gonna tell you who's dope in track, and honestly, it's probably gonna be like, I mean, like she definitely have a very good college career, but Jamila's daughter, McKenna,
Oh
she
yeah,
she got it. She got it. She's good, man. She's really good. She's really good. She's really
good,
good. Yeah, she's
good.
really good.
That's what's up. She a
Oh,
sprinter,
yeah,
sprinter.
yeah, 100, 200, strong. And she, you know, what's funny thing is though, I'm waiting for it to happen, but she gonna run the 400 after about her, I'd say sophomore, junior, senior year. She's too
How
strong.
old
She's
is
too
she?
tall too. Yeah, she's strong and she's fast. She should run the 400. She'd be really good at it. McKenna is
Jamila, huh?
18, 19 now. Yeah,
Oh wow.
she runs
She's in
for
college.
yeah, she runs for Arizona. She runs for Arizona University, not
One
state.
dances, right? One dances. That's
Yeah,
Ada.
80. She's in New York now.
I didn't know she was in New York.
Yeah, she's in
I
New
gotta
York.
reach out to her.
Yeah, man.
I
Yeah,
gotta reach
man.
out to her.
Yo, man, I wanted to bring something up that you haven't really shed a lot of light on, but like, and I know it's close, like we're getting close to the end of the pod, but like, you never really have talked about your music career on this podcast, and I think like like a lot of people a lot of people are like why are you guys critiquing music? You know nothing about music. You know nothing about sports. Like, let me tell you something. Okay, 1% goes to professional, right? And but what you guys don't realize is 10% goes to college and sports. Like you guys think that 1% comes from a big pool. Wrong. Like you don't know how many athletes quit. You don't know how many athletes get hurt before they go. You don't know how many athletes never make out a red shirt. You just don't know. Like it's 10% might go to college, and it's the 1% of that goes to the league. You know, so but to make it as far as you've made it in music though, and like your music dabblings, and like you kind of still dabble, but I don't know if you put anything out. Like I think you should talk about your music career, man. I've seen you perform.
Yeah, yeah. So I started music back in 2009, 2010. That's
Okay.
when I started, and it kind of came when I was down in South Carolina, like because I didn't really do music at all. It came out of nowhere, so I started doing when I was like late 20, going into 21. I wasn't even 21 yet, so I got into it, and then our late cut or not late cousin, our cousin up in Reading, Walter Spesh, I uh I took a liking to him and I started following him around. So I was like his hype man, and I always wanted to rap, but I was always too shy about it. So I just used to just kind of honestly, I used to memorize his lyrics, and then like and I was in awe of him all the time. So then eventually I developed my own style, and that was cool and all. I developed my first album. It did really well. I had a song called "Pretty Girl" that it circulated really well in Philly, and that got me on some mini tours. And I was, at that point, I was touring, up and down the East Coast and like New York City. And then I made a trip to the West Coast, and that eventually took me to Europe, where I did little ghostwriting, a little touring over there as well. And then I came back. I did my second album. And then I was doing like more circuits, but yeah, I've done a lot. I've ghost written. I still, I'm working on some stuff now. Right now, I'm creating a culture, I guess, and I'm calling it swing vibes. So it's going to be a golf culture, but I want to bring it to an urban vibe to it and my own twist to it. So that's kind of it, man. But I got some professional songs out there. GONZ, Gonz Music. Check me out. I'm on YouTube and all that. So yeah, well, you have any questions for me specifically about it?
No, you should. What's it called? You definitely got to send me a link so I can put it on the page so people can go to it, come
Okay.
and see your thing. And
Yeah,
then,
yeah, yeah.
what's up with our jingle? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, actually, we just got a mic. We just got the mic. So I'll be
I need to get a
messing
mic.
around with
What
some
kind,
stuff. Yeah,
what
yeah, I'll
kind
be
of mic
messing
did
around
you
with some
get?
stuff.
Because our sound is like, my sound is terrible, but I gotta get a mic. So, what kind of mic did you get?
This is a condenser mic, so I don't know if it'll work for this. I think it
Okay.
might be too strong.
Okay.
We need a dynamic. We need a dynamic mic for what we're doing.
Okay. That's good news.
Doing
That's good information. I have to figure that out.
yeah,
Get a dynamic mic.
yeah. A condenser. If you have it on, like someone can be in the kitchen. You can hear.
Gotcha.
You can. You can hear them walking, the creaks in the floor. You can hear everything. A dynamic mic's more direct. You know what I
Gotcha.
mean?
Gotcha.
Not as sensitive.
Yeah. That's good to know. But look, man,
But yeah, I'm working on the jingle, bro.
I definitely wanted people to know like we do have like backgrounds in different things like mine's behavioral health track got you like
Yeah,
construction got you but like like for instance your music sales golf
music, yeah,
like
solar. Yep.
yeah like it's a lot of different stuff that people bring to the table a lot of people don't know about you so like I just don't wanted to bring it up because I was like
Oh yeah, appreciate it,
we
man.
never
It's not
talked
that
about it.
music died on me. It's just that I'm one of those people that once I kind of shed the skin, I'm a new
On to
person.
the
You know what
next.
I mean?
Yeah.
And that came and went. It was like I came up here, started doing it. It came. I mean, yo, those years went by so fast. Looking at it, oh my god, like so much I learned
And
about.
it blessed you with a daughter.
Oh, it did bless me with a daughter. That's one thing I got out of the rap game. I beautiful child.
Yes, yes, you do.
That's all I'm gonna say about
You
that. A
definitely got a
beautiful
beautiful child. I definitely agree with that. Man, you got
child.
anything else?
Yeah. The only conspiracy I can talk about, you know what? I do want to address something. I do. I
Ah,
do. All right, all right. This might go on for a little bit, and I'm curious to see your thoughts on it.
okay.
So, as you know, I spent a lot of time in Philadelphia homes in the hood, in the worst areas you can possibly think of. So, as you know, we're in election year right now. We're always talking about Joe Biden or Trump, or it's one or two names, right? Sleepy Joe Biden or the Orange Man. That's how
Right,
people call him, right? So I'm neither one. If I were to vote, I'll just flat out say it'd be Donald Trump at this point, just because I can't fathom voting for a guy who just can't remember his last two words that he just said, and I just I don't think he's for what I stand for, his policies.
right. Okay.
I don't really have to like my leader. I just need to be able to respect him. And I do have a little bit more respect for Donald Trump than I do Joe Biden. But I'll
Hmm.
leave that there.
Okay.
Um, so I asked people, who you voting for, or how you feel about the election, and people, pretty honest about it. And I'm voting for this guy. I'm voting for that guy. And it's like the older black folks are all about Joe Biden.
Right.
The younger, I'm going to say 40 and down, are more about Donald Trump.
Right.
The people that are not for Donald Trump are stuck on his behaviorals, right? So
Right.
so things he may say or whatever, but it's not actually what he's done. It's more they just don't like the way he looks. They don't like the way he talks. They think he's a tyrant. It's whatever the media and these people are normally watching CNN, right?
Right.
I'm curious to see, or I raise this question. I think more black folks are more Republican than they are Democrat, and they don't even know it. But because they just can't stand one candidate, they rather vote towards their detriment. if that makes sense.
That makes a lot of sense.
That's what it comes down. Because when you explain the values, you just take the names away, right? And it's
Right.
just two candidates,
Right.
and you explain which one. The candidate A is going da 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 da, and candidate B is going da 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 da. Who do you like better? Oh, candidate A. But candidate A is the orange man, and they're like, wait, no, but I can't. I can't.
I think we talked about this before to where like I think we are saying like like I think I'm phrased it a little different like but like do we like as a community as black people do we go black even if it doesn't help black people out like I think we said this before like what if the white guy helps more black people but the black guy only helps the black guy. Like, like so kind of the same thing. Like, what happens if voting for Donald Trump helps more black people than versus voting for Joe Biden doesn't help a lot of black people? Like, like I think you're definitely on to something there. I think we're in a definitely like, oh, black people are democratic. And like I don't necessarily think that
Thing.
black people are democratic.
So,
I think
so
I think we have very aligned interest in republic because we've seen where democratic systems and policies have not done anything for us. You know.
right. So the one household I was in, and the guy was like, Donald Trump doesn't like black people, right? And I was like, hmm. I was like, so you believe Joe Biden likes black people? He's like, absolutely. I was like, okay. Let me explain it to you like this. When when you go down south, right, or when I was down south, right, like you know if white people don't like you, you know if you're
Right.
welcome or not welcome. You just know,
Right.
right?
Right.
It's there.
Yeah.
It's known. Up here in these Yankee states in New England, it's very subliminal. It's hey, Mr. Cowan, how you doing? Like, yeah,
Right.
come in, sit down. But they're like slowly poisoning your food and slowly poisoning you, right? But
right.
they're helping you, right?
Right.
To me, that's Joe Biden. Yeah, I'll help you out, and I'm also going to colonize your privacy, right?
Right.
Let me see all your data.
Right.
Let me get something. You know what I'm saying? Let me vaccinate you. That's what's best for you, right? So it's like the mom that knows what's best for you versus like the mom that's like, yo, man, do what you need to do, but eat or be eaten. You
Right.
can't come back here though. You on your own,
Right.
right? And I think me and you can relate to that. We kind of came from that. It's like, oh, you're a big boy now. Go ahead.
Right. Yeah.
And you're just gonna be some ups and gonna be some downs. So one side to me is like they're the welfare, they're this, they're that, right? The very poison that has enslaved black folks, in my opinion, it's that financial dependency of the government to keep you in a certain class. So you just never go work, or you never go get educated, or you never try. You're just like, let me have another baby, and I'm gonna stay here, forever.
It's interesting you kind of bring up that because, like, okay, like, prime
But that's just
example, prime example is like when you talk to people and like you're like, and they come in your car or they come talk to you like, oh man, supervisor doesn't know what he's doing. You're like, supervisor doesn't know what he's doing. He's like, nah, man, he don't know what he's doing. New guy, da 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 da. I said, new guy. He says, how long you been here? Oh, I've been here 10 years. Why ain't you the supervisor? Oh, I don't want to be the supervisor. Why don't you want to be the supervisor? I don't want that headache. But the new guy don't know what he's doing. But you know what you're doing. But you've been there 10 years at a cap, but you didn't go to supervisor so you can reach that next level. They just like don't like don't want for any more. Like what I'm saying? Like try at least. Like it's different if you like say, hey, I like what I do, and I'm gonna get the maximum amount of money for what I do. So I'm gonna go over here where they pay me more, and then maybe I'll become a supervisor there because they're gonna pay me the best. But like you can't complain about leadership if you're not gonna do anything about the leadership.
correct. I'll even go as far as say this, man. This might be highly controversial to some people. I feel like the government has overstepped their boundaries in helping people. And I think it's allowed too many weak people to operate at a weak level, like a weak frequency, man. And I think it just holds all of society back because now to keep up with this weak mindset, the people that are swimming hard, are lifting with do all the extra stuff. we're really just carrying more weight because we get taxed more. Because every time you go up in salary, you get taxed more
Yep.
to take care of these government agencies for lazy people, right? And all they do is get the stick you with needles, give you medicines, give you government food that's absolute trash, right? Canned food, sodium products built with sodium, and it's just killing you. But here you go. Here
Right.
you go. It's like that grandma, like, you want a candy? You want a candy? You know, that nasty butterscotch candy. You want a candy? Like, no, I don't want that candy. Take a candy. Take a peppermint. Take a peppermint.
So I totally agree with what you said about how you said it's like they're making it easier for lazy people. What I think is the entity that needs to be incorporated in the government is the audit system on the assistance. Like, so if you're getting WIC, welfare, food stamps, um, Section 8, um, all of them, whatever the assistance is. Like, I think it should be an officer that comes around in a regular car, parks at the person's house across the street, whatever not, or whatever, looks there to see how your week is going, and be like, oh, you you just don't do nothing. Like, it's not that you can't, because my thing is this: like, when does somebody actually have to prevail or actually have to like step up? It's when you make them step up, right? Like, you don't step up if you don't have to. Like, every now and then you miss your mark. Like, don't get me wrong, there's some moments I probably could have stepped up and I didn't. I messed up, like, or I slipped or I lost or whatever it was what it was, you know. But like, for the most part, when like you get called to the level you gotta be, you come up to the level you gotta be. 9 out of 10 times, I feel like that's most people. Like, regardless if you don't put yourself in those positions, good, good, good. But like, you're gonna get called. Like, life is never the same, so you're gonna get called up to the next level at one point. Either you're gonna drop the ball then, or you're gonna drop the ball later, or you're gonna step up. And I feel like the problem is, if you never give anybody the opportunity to step up because you make it too comfortable for them, they're only, like you said, gonna keep stepping down, and that's what it is. Like, I know this check's gonna be here, so like, I'm gonna sit on my butt, watch TV today. I got a job, but they paid me 20 hours already. I don't want to work the other 40 this week, so I'm gonna call out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like I don't have to do because I know it's already there, and like, that's, to me, that, like you said, that's stepping down.
I got the fix for America.
Go ahead.
You ready for it?
Yeah.
We should completely reform our education system, right? Meaning this, we need to get rid of a lot of these nonsense topics and we need to condense the amount of years that we're learning them in, right? I think we should get kids in there from about 6 all the way up to a solid like 13, 14, right? You get all those subjects out of the way where they can learn it. Their brains are sponges. They can learn those, the reading, the math, the English, like all the way, handwriting, cursive, all that, right? Then from there, they should probably go into some type of elective right away that earns them college credits right away. So at 15, the 14 to 15 years, you're already earning towards whatever it is. You want to be a doctor, you start early, right? In those clinicals and understand these things. So by the time you're 21, 22, you're ready to go. Younger doctors, boom, 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 ready to go or whatever, right? There should also be, especially for men, mandatory military for 2 years where you go through a boot camp,
I
learn how
agree
to
with that 100%.
fix
That
your
one,
bed,
that one, I agree with 100%.
fix your bed, do the basics, take orders, take a little bit of orders, and also think on your own a little bit and learn how to survive out in the woods, all that, right?
Yeah.
So you can be in shape. Not saying you go into war, just basic boot camp military. And then the women, they have an option to go that, or they can do something else, more like maternity things, home ec, that's gone.
Yo, bro, you trying to say they don't know how to make a sandwich?
I'm saying these girls today, if you're probably under 25, can't do much more than a ramen noodle packet.
You trying to say they can't make a sandwich, bro?
I'm trying to say they can't make a ham
You
sandwich.
trying to say your sandwich is only gonna have ham, mayonnaise, and mustard on it? Not gonna get no lettuce, tomato,
I'm
no
saying I'm not
pickles.
sure if the meat of the sandwich will be edible, and that's factual.
I like that. I like
All
that.
right. So those would be my changes. I don't think school needs to be crazy 8 hours long. I think a kid's attention today is maybe 4 hours.
Have you seen that recent trend? It's kind of trend on TikToks and Instagram, to where, oh man, what's the guy? What's the light skinned tall guy who plays for the Nuggets? He's not Gordon, not not Murray, and
Porter,
not
Michael Porter.
Michael Porter Jr. Right? He recently went on the Pivot podcast and said he was homeschooled all up to high school. And he said when he got to high school, he's like, so when you homeschool, you have like 2.5 hours. If you complete your stuff, you go on about your day, like we go hoop. He says, but now I'm in high school and I'm sitting up there for 8 hours, but I know everything that they talking about, so I'm bored for 8 hours. He says I'm definitely homeschooling my kids because it's a waste of time being there in school. Now I was all right. So here's realistically the ideology around that. Okay, first off, education is strictly correlation to factory work. Henry
Correct.
Ford clearly is tied to making the 8 hour day, 9 to 5, so you stay in that circulatory cyclical realm, right? And that
Correct.
is straight up from elementary all the way to college, like So I totally agree with you. We definitely do need to streamline education, but at the same time, like some of that stuff is for those people, and some of it's not. Not everybody's gonna be a leader. Not everybody's gonna be a thinker. Not everybody's gonna be a doctor.
All right.
Some people do need to work, but like at the same time, it'd be nice if they were working at a higher capacity of thought.
Okay. You're proving my point. This is why you only go to school to get those curriculars out of the way from 6 to about 12, right? You can learn everything you need to know between 6 and 12. You can learn everything you need to know.
Well, it's just honestly like 90% of the population is not using anything higher than elementary school talk or reading and writing
Okay.
and math. Realistically,
Wait,
90% of the
wait. All
population
right.
usually doesn't.
When they doing them spelling bees, right? How old are those kids?
Super young.
12 to 13, right? That's when your mind's at its highest, like when you can absorb everything. So
Right.
let's get all that language. And by the way, Americans, we should know by a minimum of three languages.
Yeah,
We
boy.
should know Spanish. We should know Spanish. We have to know Spanish.
You know the problem with that is? You know the problem with that is?
What is that?
The reason they don't want you to learn anything but English is because it's divisive. Like imagine if the
I know it's terrible.
if the regular person in America, let's just say 9 to 5, whatever, uh, high school educated, could communicate with everybody that's at the gas station that's waiting for a job. Imagine if they could communicate with them. Imagine if it was just like, "Hello, what's going on? My name's Dustin. Da 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 da. Oh, they're like we're looking for work. This and that. Oh, what kind of work are you looking for? This is that and third." You'd be like, "Yo, bro, I know 6 of y'all. I've talked to you every day at this gas station for like a month, maybe three for the past. Excuse me, for the past 2 years. We could start a company. We could start a company. You guys do the work. I could pay you. I got the resources. We could do this. We could handle this. But because we can't communicate with everybody, that's why. Like it would totally deplete a lot more workforce than already depleted.
Sorry,
You
got a
good?
bad text message. But how can I put this? Something's got to give, man.
I
Or
think I think revolution will happen in our lifetime.
maybe this is the interesting. I talked to a couple older black folk in their 80s. Everything got this is their exact words. Everything got messed up when they decided to mix this all together. We were better off when we were segregated. Our communities thrived. We had our own businesses. We had our own everything. As soon as we started, the government forced us to commingle. It it hurt our. That was their opinion. Interesting take. There's some truth and
It's
there's
not
some
it's
truth
not
in
it's not far off.
there's some truth to it
I just
though.
think it's
There's some truth.
it's not a it's not as
I'll
black.
give you the example
It's
that they
not as
gave
black
me.
and white as you think it is.
I'll give you the example. I guess in Philly, there's be like an ice making shop, right? You used to go there and get your ice.
Right.
As soon as they kind of unsegregate everything, right? Now the black folks went to go get their ice from the white folks because it seemed colder because of the stigma of like, man, that white man's water fountain, that white man's bathroom, you know what I mean? It's a little bit cleaner. It's just
Right.
this. Now it's like, even though it's not colder, it's the same ice. It's just that white man's ice. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So, ah, what do you think about that?
Economic play. Like it was a customer base, right? So like you capped out at your customer base because we've gotten all of the people who are going to come. Now we need the minority customer base. They're going to eventually put up numbers. They're going to catch up to us. They're eventually going to. We need their numbers to fund our. Like just look at the wealth. This was it the wealth? Um, God, I can't
The
think of the
wealth
word.
gap,
Yeah, the wealth gap, for lack of better words, the wealth gap between
poverty gap,
everything gap, bro. Everything gap, man. Just look at the
it's
gap between.
ownership though. It's ownership. So in a sense, they are right. When everything was segregated,
It's not.
white folks weren't just coming into the black and just
It's
buying
it's
stuff. They
it's.
couldn't.
I don't think it's
It,
ownership as much as it is.
it's definitely ownership, bro.
No, no, no. This is what I'll tell you. This is why I don't say it's ownership. It's the ability to keep. It's the ability to maintain. Oh
Right?
snap!
You don't own nothing.
Hold on, hold on, hold on.
Can't
No,
keep anything you don't own.
no, but that's what I'm saying. Like, no, that's not true. So, like, okay, South Carolina is a big
What do you mean?
example of this. No, this is a big example of this. So, like, for instance, the Thomases. Like, this is one of Cara Thomas was like one of my best friends growing up in high school, right? The Thomases. You know where our exit is off Pelham Road on 85? Okay. Right now they got a Top Golf there, okay? It's a Top Golf right off the Pelham Road off 85, okay? Okay. That land from Pelham Road all the way to where 385 would come into on 85 used to belong to all of them. It used to belong to their family, black people, all their land. We talking about potentially 100 acres. All of it belonged to the one family. 80s, it's 80 acres now. 90s, it's 50 acres now. 2000s, it's 10 acres now. 2010, I'm selling it all, whatever. Now we got a Top Golf. Who owns Top Golf? It ain't Thomas's Top Golf. It ain't Thomas's gas station down that way. It ain't the Thomas villas. It ain't Thomas plantations, or whatever they call every neighborhood in South Carolina plantation. It's not Thomas Lake. We can't maintain it, bro. We don't maintain it. For some reason, we think that we're gonna still work the same 9 to 5, not bust our butt and work as hard as what it was to maintain the land that it was before. I'll be honest with you. Right now, I'm struggling with that. Right, this very problem. Right now, I'm struggling with it. I promise to God, I am. But like, it's a maintaining thing. It's something about white people's understanding of how to maintain entities and not let them go, or maintain entities and have an entity set up for the next generation. Uh, Big thing. I thought about this one. This is the one that like just makes me just kind of like, oh, so the DuPonts or either the Rockefellers, their biggest entity was life insurance. So their trust was set up to where whoever died, the male heir that died, the life insurance went back into the trust. You can't spend all that person's life insurance money. Let's say it start off at 100 grand. Cool. The next one goes to 200 grand. But now you got that 75 grand still sitting there. Now it's 275. Okay, the next one dies is 300. Well, now you got that 250 sitting there, and now you just added 300 to it because of generations of death and whatever. But the amount of money is just building at the end of your life. But the interest, the ability to buy, the ability to lend, the ability to borrow from that life insurance policy just growing, 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 growing. It makes you a monster. Like, okay, prime example, your grandpa, your dad, and you all lived in the same subdivision, right? Two houses, whatever not. Okay, if your grandpa died, you kept the house, Your grandma was up the street, kept the house, and your dad died and kept the house. Now you got three houses, three life insurance policies split between you and your three brothers, and you all kept it all. Versus the value what they paid for it versus the value of it is now, and now you use those entities to purchase your own entities and still keep that stuff. That's what the big that's the missing piece. Okay, cool, good. We talk all this money, wealth, all this other stuff. You see people become millionaires. You see people become tens of millionaires, hundreds of millionaires. Kid, flat, nothing, flat, nothing. Donald Trump's dad was a millionaire. Donald Trump at one point probably was a billionaire. His kids will be millionaires, potentially billionaires. Big gap, big gap. Puff Daddy, prime example. Puff Daddy. Do you think that his son is going to be as big or be able to maintain what his dad did based off what they've taken from him now because he couldn't maintain it? He couldn't get out and pass it along to his son. Puff Daddy's son was popping at one time. He should have passed it along. He stayed in there too long, partied too hard, got caught up in the sexual allegations. Legacy trending down now. What's his son gonna do with that? His son's name's even tarnished just because he happens to be related to his dad, and he didn't do any of that stuff. It don't work the same. It works differently.
Damned if you do, you're damned if you
You're
don't.
not. You just gotta realize when your time has come. You gotta realize when to advise. You got to realize when business changes a different directions. You got to realize when business does it differently than your day. Back in my day, back to these 6-year-old men going to 9 to 5s because they were the man. Okay, good. What did that do for you? Your kids broke, you broke, and you still working. What did that do for you? You the man though. You the man. Okay, bet. What's your son? A bum. You know what I'm saying? So what's the point? Oh, I got my legacy. A legacy of 9 to 5 working at the factory and the plant you do.
It's a legacy, man.
No, it's not. No, it's not. That's not a legacy. People, you know, people use big words like that, legacy and generational wealth and all this other stuff, like they doing it, and they not. Like, okay, like, show me your grandpa's land, show me your land, show me what you did with it. It's not about necessarily keeping the land, it's about keeping the wealth, right? So like if you did get rid of that land and your family's taken care of, you put all your kids through college, whatever not, but do they have houses? Can they leverage based off of what grandpa kept is worth so much now versus how much it is what it was worth back then? And can you guys grow from that? Like can what someone busted their butt to do transition to the next person having the opportunity to bust their butt to do it and you pass it on to the next person so they can bust their butt and do it? You know, can it operate that way? You know,
It can. And it's just everybody has to buy in. That's all.
why did 4 generations ago, why, okay, prime example, our grandfather, right? Or technically your great grandfather, great my grandpa, right? Okay, you know that he used to have a plane. He used to have a business in New York. He used to have a barber shop in North Carolina, a barber shop in New York. You know, he used to have like multiple houses. You know, he used to have like multiple different, different, like, you want to know where that entrepreneur spirit comes from? It's from him, right? Okay, 6 kids. Who's him? And you know who the closest is? The closest is, at this point right now? Aunt Claudette.
Hmm.
People don't look at it that way, but it's the truth.
It's the truth.
You know,
She's always been
you,
good.
you know who was the second closest? Totsi.
I believe that.
You know who had the hot outlier? Al. But look how that went. He did the same thing his dad did.
Hmm.
Think about it. And I know that's putting a
Hmm.
lot of business out here and it's recorded, so my bad. But I love all y'all. But it is what it is. Look, bro, we better get out of here before we tell our small business.
I'm just like this.
I'm telling all the business. But nah, like realistically, that's it. And you know what? Let's get off air. Guys, we will catch you later next week. This will drop at midnight tonight. And thank you again for watching and listening. And we'll catch you next week. Peace.
Peace.